G'day and welcome to my lawn, the South African lawn. Okay, so as you've seen in the clip title, you know what this is about. It's obviously about weed killing or the weed control. Okay, so first things first, when it's this early in the morning, you get yourself a cup of coffee because we're on to weed identification now. Okay, so weed identification. Now you should come out into your lawn and just observe. See what's going on, see what your problem is, and then we're going to take it from there to see how we can solve this. Now, I just want you to know that I'm actually no lawn expert. I'm also just a passionate DIY guy, and about weeds I know even less. But that's not the point that I want to make. I don't want to bore you and tell you how good I am and what you should do and what you should not do. All I want to say is actually that I want to promote that you do it yourself as well, like I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm going to use this section of lawn. This is actually the best section that I've got at the moment. It is looking very, very good, and there is some weed issues. I just want to show you, when we get to spaces like this, you can see that closer to the wall, it's not only grass here. There's something not grass-like also growing in this area. Okay, so here we've got also some weeds. Oh, and here's one as well. Not too sure what that. Oh no, sorry, that's not a weed. Okay, so here's another one that I've actually never seen before on this lawn. Okay, so how do we identify this? I don't know what all of them are called. It doesn't really matter. Now we're going to find out what they are. Okay, cool. So now that we know what the scenario is with the weeds, we can start working on a plan of attack. And that plan of attack would probably be, it could be anything. It could be spraying weeds, it could be picking weeds, it could be a complete renovation. So that's basically the three options that you've got. So if it's an isolated weed like the big one that I found there in the middle of the lawn, I would just probably pick it out and see if the problem persists, if there's more coming up. Okay, so if the problem is spread almost across the whole lawn, I would look at maybe getting a weed killer, or if there's big areas, or if the weeds are very tiny, I would consider getting a weed killer. Sorry for the car. That would probably be able to control that a lot easier. I must be honest, something like clover or a small weed is basically impossible to pick. So what my next step would be is to decide which method I would go for. There's the main entrance. Never use that. Always go through the garden section. My favorite. Okay, so I'm just going to voice over this part. There was tons of distractions and noise in stores. So I'm just basically going to talk you through to what my process was. Okay, so I went to Builders Warehouse, and the purpose of my visit was to have a look at all the weed control options that they stock. So when you do that, you just go and have a look at all the boxes that they've got, and you preferably want to ignore or don't look at products like Roundup or Wipeout or anything that actually contains the active ingredient glyphosate. You want to ignore that completely. That's more for pavements or complete killing of your lawn, and we don't want to do that. We want to eliminate the weeds in our lawns. So you want to look for products that says for the control of weeds in lawns. So the products mainly have names like bandweed or lawn versus weeds or something like that. Have a look at the boxes, and the main purpose of this visit is to see which weeds they do control. Most of the boxes have pictures on, but some of them don't. So maybe take a picture of the box or write down all the name of the weeds that this product controls, so that you can go home and have a look on your computer as to what these weeds are and what you will need to conquer them. Also, at the same time, you might as well have a look at what the products cost, and also see what area they do cover or control, so that you don't, when you buy, you don't overshoot or undershoot. On my way out, I always come into this aisle to see whether there is a fertilizer on special. They're never very expensive in any case, but sometimes you do find these big bags for plants, and you can actually use it on your lawn as well. It's on special. Absolutely love this place. Look at this guy sleeping here. Oh, no, it's not a guy, it's a dummy. It's a dummy. Okay, good. So now I've gone to Builder's Warehouse, but you can go to any general store. Most of them do stock the same products. So yes, this is a product that I had lying around, and this is one that controls most of your common broadleaf weeds. And it's very helpful. This one has actually got the pictures on there, obviously, like I said. And another top thing is about this product is they listed in Afrikaans as well, which is top for a guy like me. But anyway, let's get to the office work. Sorry for the jerky camera movements. So let's take this product, which is called bandweed. Let's go to the English part. So let's say there wasn't pictures on this one. Let's just take the first one and let's pretend like we didn't know what khaki weed looked like. So we'll go to Google. We'll just type in weed. Okay, and there already it pops up. We'll search and go to images. And boom, there we are. We've got 100 pictures of khaki weed, and now we know exactly what khaki weed looks like, and we're bound to find the weed that's in our lawn just based on the weeds that they list that they control on a box like this. And I've taken pictures of 10 boxes. I guarantee you will find your weed control. So I'm going to wrap up the first video there. That was about weed control, and that was the first episode regarding weed identification, and that's also probably the hardest part. So the next episode will be about weed control application. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for everyone watching. I really appreciate that, and have a good week. Cheers for now. Boom.